As I mentioned earlier, I would like to invite Pranav Bhagirath, but before I do, just a few words about him. Dr. Pranav Bhagirath is the founder and chairman of PRAY. He's currently working at the Medisch Centrum Westeinde Hospital in The Hague, where he's actually aiming to pursue his medical specialization in the field of cardiology. He set out on this exciting journey with a firm belief that with a little contribution from all, PRAY can bring a smile and a new hope in the lives of many around us. Pranav, kindly make your way here. Big hand for Pranav. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruchika. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and a very warm welcome to the 4th annual Winter Gala event of the PRAY Foundation. It is my pleasure to see all of you here present tonight in support of us. It's been 7 years since the organization was set up, and it's very encouraging to see how far we have come. I know that many of you have traveled from quite a distance to be here, and I'd like to express our gratitude for making the time and effort for us today. We are very pleased and feel proud to have you with us tonight. And yes, each of you here tonight should feel just as proud. Let me take you through the projects your contribution has supported. For the convenience of our guests who are here with us for the first time, let me give you a brief introduction to our organization. PRAY Foundation is a non-governmental organization registered in the Netherlands and NB certified by the tax authorities. The organization was set up 7 years back to work in the area of social economic development for the underprivileged. The key areas we identified were education, healthcare, self-sufficiency, and the environment. Well, as you can see, this is the team behind the PRAY Foundation. We would not be here tonight without the selfless support of the young executive board members. Please give them a big round of applause. I'm going to take you through the projects. Education. This is the initiative that started the PRAY Foundation. It was an urge to increase the reach of the underprivileged by allowing them to have a basic education to build upon. Over the past year, we have actively supported over 25 students. And now, with the construction of our own school completed, this number is going to increase tremendously. Basic healthcare. It's increasingly difficult to find in the rural areas. When we organized our first medical healthcare camps, we understood that not only do the people need medicine, they also need advice regarding basic hygiene. In the PRAY India project, which I will explain more about at a later stage, we plan to have a basic healthcare center from which our appointed people will go to the villages to educate the people about the basic hygiene principles which should lead towards a healthier life. There's a popular saying, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. While PRAY is actively engaged in promoting self-sufficiency programs, which will directly benefit underprivileged families, it is at the same time engaged in running 2 programs to directly benefit by offering them food packets and running community kitchens in the region. And although we hope that this indeed is a short program, we cannot close our eyes from the ground realities. Once a month we organize a soup kitchen in the area where the PRAY India project is located. This increases the societal cohesion, enabling people to get to know each other and help out when there is need. Interesting to mention as well is that till date at least 2 matrimonial alliances have been fixed during such community lunches. In line with the dictum, we are trying to promote self-sufficiency by teaching how to fish. The first vocational training program on plumbing is going to be rolled out in the academic session of 2012. There is already a great deal of excitement in the region, and we have received quite a few interested candidates for the program. We would like to expand this vocational training center, and we would like to incorporate additional skill development programs like electrician and airco mechanic. Currently, we are seeking support from not only our sponsors, but everyone here in this room as well to make this expansion. I'm now going to give you a short background and update on the Pray India project. During my first visit in India, or first visit during the first year of medical school, it seemed that there were three major issues: an insufficient number of schools, unemployment due to illiteracy, and a lack of basic health care. These three were the ground for the Pray India project. Phase 1 of the project was completed fairly quickly. As soon as I discussed this idea with my parents, they donated the land I required, and the project could be moved to Phase 2. As some of you might remember, last year around the same time I told you that the construction for Phase 2 would be completed in June 2012 and we would be able to start our first classes. Well, interestingly enough, it might surprise you, but the construction is already complete and we are right now on track to start the school from January 2012 onwards. Well, yeah, you can give us a clap. The following slides are going to illustrate the development which has taken place at the site of construction. Unfortunately, due to a hard disk crash, we will not be able to show you the photos and videos we made for this occasion tonight, but we will certainly post these on the website, so stay on the lookout. This is how it looked when my parents donated the land. We got the land cleaned and got a boundary wall made. Our project on environment initially was based on a plant-a-tree drive, where we encouraged the local villagers to help and come over and plant trees. And this is something which is picking up. People are planting more and more trees. This is the construction site as in 2010. Slowly and slowly, it was starting to take shape. An interesting progress was made in 2010. I came in contact with someone at UNESCO Netherlands, and I told them about our phase 3 of the project, about the vocational training, and they were very interested. In line with that, they sponsored our plumbing program. Well, the name speaks for itself. Here, unemployed youth from the surrounding villages are going to receive training in installing and maintaining systems used for drinking water, sewage, and drainage. And the fee that they pay for this course is going to be used to help and maintain the basic school. This is the latest photo I have for you. We have a few activities laid out for this coming year. Besides launching the Vocational Training Center, we have managed to get my high school, not that I'm in high school right now, so my ex-high school, interested about sending their exposure project to India. Mr. Ronald Borst, the project coordinator, is going to tell you more about that later in the evening. The contribution from all who are present here today and others who are donating generously but are unable to be physically present is very much appreciated. I would like to thank you all, as this all would not have been possible if it wasn't for your support. Additionally, I would like to acknowledge the sponsors without whom this event would not have been possible. Let me take the privilege of acknowledging the support from Manoj and Marcel from Free Promotion, Jacques van den Berg and family from Cyber Freight International, Bryce Coate from TomTom, Tata Consultancy Services, Jan and team from Finnair, Mr. Vloeimans and family from CTH BV, Mr. Lissiloer and family who have traveled all the way from Brussels and have been supporting us for the past 4 years. Thank you very much. Mr. Raju Bhatnagar and family, and our dear friend. Thank you all for your continued support. Ladies and gentlemen, please give our sponsors and yourself a big hand. I would also like to thank my family for their continuous support and words of encouragement and the financial support they have provided. Last but not the least, I'm extremely proud to have Jennifer, Mandy, Pauline, and Harjot in my team. We have ambitious plans to grow in the area of social entrepreneurship, and with this team, I'm confident that we will achieve our objectives. Thank you, guys. Please give all of them a big round of applause. And once again, we all should feel proud to be here for a good cause. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy this evening as much as we enjoyed organizing it for you. If at any given point of time you have any questions or need information on logistics, please feel free to get hold of any of the board members. If you are interested in supporting a specific project or have an idea which you think might be interesting for us, do let us know. I would like to give the floor back to Ruchika, your hostess for the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pranav. Common people have a right to live. The unfortunate and the underprivileged people in India who suffer from malnutrition and hard conditions of life are brave. We are proud of their bravery and their will to survive and develop. We are living in a world that needs great changes, but we are responsible for the future as well. Pray has been consistently working on fundraising through various sponsorship programs, which the founder Pranav Bhagirath has just extended upon. The last time I stood here, I shared with you that Pray has taken initiatives towards supporting the Millennium Goals through various projects facilitated by the organization. In addition to this, they have worked in conjunction with Kaland Lyceum in the Netherlands to collaborate on their exposure project to create awareness and to enhance support for the underprivileged. Many of the students of Kaland Lyceum have traveled on many occasions to countries like Philippines, Peru, and Suriname. I would now like to call upon Ronald Borst to say a few words about the Exposure Project. Ronald Borst is a business teacher and an English teacher at Kaland Lyceum. Please welcome Ronald Borst.
Thank you. Hello, good evening. Ron, teacher English. Thank you, Ruchika, for introducing me. As she said, we started our first exposure project in 2003. We went to the Philippines. One of our geography teachers went there for half a year to do her final thesis on social geography and, of course, the chances of the underprivileged in that particular country. Upon returning and taking up the vocation of teacher, she is the instigator of these projects. Our goals, since we have a foundation ourselves as well, to sort of free ourselves from the school and the board of directors there, so that we are completely linked to the school, but we can take our own initiatives, is basically to start a new exposure project each year. Now the problem is with those projects that, for instance, the Philippines, a ticket to the Philippines, which is the largest part of the total costs of such a project, that is very high. To Peru it's even higher, and Suriname, well, we got a good deal there, and hopefully India as well, but Fiji is going to take care of that. We would like to broaden the understanding of the value of these projects for our pupils, and that basically means that we, with 180 teachers at our school, we have to do some work there every now and then to get them on board and be supportive of our initiative. Financially, we would like to facilitate with this foundation the exposure projects on a yearly basis, and of course our main job is to keep in touch with the local contacts, so we can, revisit them like every 2 years or every 3 years. And it's very handy to have people in countries that you travel to, especially if they're not your own children, but the parents sort of trust their children to us to take them to those places, that everything is safe and taken care of. Okay, an exposure project basically means that we've got a preparational year in which the students themselves have to raise the funds for their own trip, which is sort of difficult in getting sponsor money, because basically you ask a company or any person, well, please give me money for me to travel to India, right, or to the Philippines or Peru, and then as an added bonus, if you give me extra, we'll sort of support local projects and initiatives. that is difficult, and they have to be able to sell that. Of course, we do team building, and we prepare for the activities at the local projects, and that means, for instance, that we've got sports festivities. We do all kinds of games and basically everything you can think of to interact with the people there. The trip itself, it's called an exposure project. But it's not really necessary to explain that, right? You are exposed, especially as a student, between the ages of 15 and 20, to a very different culture, a different lifestyle, different food, everything. We try to have as much interaction as possible, and we always leave something behind with the projects that we visit. I can tell you, last summer I was in the Philippines myself with a group of students. We were in an orphanage, and these children didn't have any vitamin drops for 3 months, no toothpaste, no toothbrushes. So the first thing I did was to get some money, and we went to the local drugstore and we bought 2 bottles, liter bottles of vitamin drops. We bought toothbrushes for all the children, and massive tubes of toothpaste, and they were going for the tiny ones, and I said, well, no, the big ones. And we left that behind, and then basically we try to feel the needs and help them wherever we can. Well, 5 times we've been to the Philippines, Rushika, as you said, 2 times to Peru, Suriname, and for 2012, India. Well, a jeepney is something that you don't see much in Amsterdam, right? And that is the local form of transportation in the Philippines. It basically is a lengthened army jeep with 2 rows of seats across from each other. And the tricycles, that is all very new to Dutch people, and they really have a ball there. Then we go to the Papaya Academy, just to show you, we are in classes. Can you see it? I'm sorry if I'm in the way. We go to elementary schools, we do all kinds of projects with the children there. And amazingly enough, if you think about the Dutch situation, most pupils go to school because they have to, right? It's the law, basically. And in the Philippines especially, and in Peru as well, it's a privilege to go to school, to be educated and have better chances for the future. And for our Dutch students, that is such an eye-opener, yeah? That there are people in the world who are really proud to go to school. So that really is working very well. This is a huge dump site, 40,000 people live there, although the Philippine government denies that there are any people there at all, because they have landslides when there are hurricanes passing over Manila, and then people get buried between the rubble, and they scavenge, of course, for everything that they can sell or use and get money with. Then we go to a scholar sponsored by ANAC Foundation, which is a Dutch foundation as well. We have lots of interaction there with them. We go to the Home of Hope, which is an orphanage. We do all kinds of games with them. We painted the girls' dorms, and 2 years later when we came back, we painted the boys' dorms, and we sort of, buy mattresses for the children so that they can sleep on a mattress instead of a metal, thing. There's much interaction, Philippine dancing with one of the Moroccan boys that went with us. Really having a good time there. And this is one of the suburbs close to the sea, Banago, in the city of Bacolod. Binhi, you all know War Child, probably, have heard about it. The original War Child initiative was to help children victims of war, to deal with their traumatic experiences by means of art. And that is basically what a couple of Philippine locals are doing there. Very underprivileged children who are sort of trying to express everything through art, and we have a painting activity with them. We go to a sugarcane plantation, we paint the school. Oh, sorry, maybe I went too fast. You can see the little table over there with all the sports things and the exercise books we buy and leave behind. We've been to Suriname as well, and just to give you an idea of, oh, am I too quick? No pictures anymore. Well, it didn't copy down as good as we should have liked to. For instance, to Suriname, we were able to hire a sea container and lots of old school equipment, the old krijtborden that we don't use anymore because we've all got all the smart boards right now, right? So all the old-fashioned school boards, they went to Suriname, and lots of tables and chairs, and we installed them in a couple of elementary schools in the country. I'm sorry, the rest of the presentation, sort of the photos have dropped out, just to give you an idea. Basically what the students, our students with such a project learn is, apart from the whole exposure project, they learn to travel, they learn to interact with people, they are much more open in interacting, much freer in the sense of wanting to travel, and hopefully they become part of the exposure crew and members for a lifetime, because they've got a good bond with the country they eventually went to, whether it is Philippines, Peru, India, and lots of them went back for like a whole summer during their studies to, well, do all kinds of activities there again. And well, thank you very much. I think this is all we have right now.
Great, thank you, Ronald. I'd now like to call upon Manoj Arora, who's an avid supporter of Pray from the inception, and together with Marcel, he's been venturing into sports merchandising, and they're one of the leading vendors in Benelux. I hope that you'll make this auction a success and support us throughout. Thank you. Please welcome Manoj.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jamsin here. My partner, Marcel, he's, as you guys did, he's waiting for the parking place. So he's late. I'll be coming here soon, but in the meantime we can start. I have two lovely ladies, Sheena and Yuvika. They will help me in getting the best part of this evening, that's to get more money from you guys. That's what you're here for, right? I don't do that normally.
Microfoon dichterbij houden.
Dank u wel. He's more used to it. So, the evening will start. The first part is because we got late, so we have divided into two parts now. The program is a little bit changed, so we'll do some small auction now, and after the dinner we'll go for the big one. So I hope you guys got enough money to give to Pray Foundation. This is for the noble cause. I don't have to tell you guys. So let's not waste time and start with the first product we have. Yeah, this is our first product. It's the famous Tom Tom guys. Sheena is carrying it. As you can see, this is the 5-inch XXL. And it has, the best thing is, it has European calm. Most of the people realize when they go out of Benelux and they say, oh my God, what is happening here? So we got this product for you. Just have a look, please. Normally, market price for this product is 200 euros. But we are, you know, nice guys. We start from 100. So, can I hear 110? Shark. He's my best friend. I can always go to him. Okay. 110 here. The lady behind. 120. Thank you very much. 130. We got 130 here. 150. Thank you very much. Guys, at the back. 160. 160 we have. Anybody from this side? Nick? Where's Nick? $170 from Nick. Okay, here we go. This side is quiet. हाँ जी, इस तरफ से कोई है? Now I have to speak in my own language. 170 we have right now, guys. Come on. 190. 190. This gentleman here. 190. Anybody else? People can see me from here. 190 we have right now. Is there anybody else? No? Then we go 191. 190 euros to 210. We have 210 here. Yeah, that's nice. 210. Do I hear 220 from there? 220, gentlemen over there. Thank you so much. 220. So guys, it goes for 220 now. Anybody else? 221. 220 euros 2. And there it goes. 220 euros 3. Thank you so much, sir. Jacqueline, she will be having the paper. Can you please sign it later on? And then it is done. Thank you so much. That's the first part. Now we go for the second. There it is. I know some people in the room who love elephants. Right? So, there we go. This elephant, as you can see, it's with precious stones. We call it wonderful stain. This is something exclusive from India, as always. The culture is known to everybody. India has its history in handicrafts. So over the years, all the good people have been working hard on this work. So the young lady, there in the corner, we are starting for this. It will become, we start with 69 euros to start with. And the worth is really unlimited. So we start with 69 euros. So what do I hear? 100. There you go. 100 euros for the elephant.
120.
120. There it is. 120. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Sir. 130 it is. Do I hear more from the other side? That side is quiet, seems so. Guys, it's very nice elephant. Handicraft product. Come on, do something. Ruchika, you have to do something to make it. Come on.
One of the other ones. I'm going for one of the other ones.
No, at least convince the guy. Come on.
Come on, seriously.
140 it is.
150 here, I think.
150.
There.
It's done, madam. I'm sorry. It's official, you know. Oh yeah. I have a certificate at home. 140 we have, right? You said 140. Guys, anybody else? 150. 150. Anybody else? You also do something? Yes, sir. 160. 160. I can hear the smile on the young lady's face. That's very good. Very good. Spreek je Vlaams? You are living in Belgium, right? Yes. She speaks Flemish, doesn't she? No, she doesn't. All right. Okay. Anybody else? Guys, 160? No? Then it goes for 160 euros. 1, 2, there's still time. And 3. Done. Thank you so much. Yeah. Sorry, once again, later on, or if possible, Jennifer is carrying all the papers, so if you could please sign it. Yeah, thank you so much. And can I ask the young lady to come and pick up? She deserves it. She loves elephant, I know. Come on. There you go. Picture, please. Here's a picture. Camera. And the gentleman, can you please pick up your tom-tom? Please.
Look at me.
This guy.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry?
You said it before? Oh, okay.
No, no, no. Oh,
The other Tom XXL. And there is a picture for you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, we go to our third product for this evening. And this we'll do in the second part. We go first for the wine. India, 10 years ago, if we talked about wine, nobody could imagine that we would ever produce wine in India. And to be honest, somebody from an engineer, of course, he was working in US, an Indian guy, and he went back to Nasik, that's a place nearby Mumbai. And then he developed this wine first time in Indian history, and now there are more people who are involved in this industry. In the first year, they produced 55,000 bottles, Sauvignon, and all these brands, Shiraz, whatever you can name it, it's being developed slowly there. This is the first wine which has been produced in India. We got 2 bottles of wine. One is rosé, and the other one is normal white Sauvignon Blanc. It's not Sauvignon Blanc, but it tastes good. So I really would like you to please taste it if you wait. So the price starts for the 2 bottles, it's 50 euros to start with. So, there we go. €60, 60 euro. Guys, do I hear more? Ruchika? You know, you love wine? Kavita, you? No? Kyle? How much is it, sir? 70 euros. 70 euros we have for the wine. Anybody else? Anybody else for the wine, please? Indian लोग कोई wine, Indian wine के लिए? No? Anybody else for the wine, please? We have 70 euros. 70 euros? No. 70 euros. It's going for 70 euros now. 70 euros 1, 17 euros 2, and 70 euros 3. Done, sir. Thank you so much. Please come and pick it up. We do one more product in this part. Hopefully you guys are hungry. Food is ready. So then we go for the food, and thereafter we do the second part. Jacqueline? The lady over there, sir. She will help.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. The next product for the evening is the official football from Champions League, sponsored by Adidas. Everybody loves football in Europe, or most of the people. So this is a unique product. Just have a look, sir. Yeah. This is something exclusive. So, we start the auction for this football. Normally the market value is 129 euros. We start with 79 euros. So, what do I hear from you guys? 79 euros we start with. Come on. 100. 100. 100 it is. Do I hear more? It's the official football. Nick. 100 we have already.
Manoj, there's 200 right here.
Who is 200? Who is offering for 200? 200? Say yes, sir. It's official. Is it 200? I need a confirmation. There is somebody coming who will offer 500 like last time. Hi, Dian. Official Champions League football is being sold. So what do I hear, sir? 120 I'm getting from there. Ex-obese. Anji, sir. $150. It came out very light. 150 it is, sir. Anybody else for 160 make? How much, sir?
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly make your way to your allocated seats. A very warm welcome and a good evening to you all. Just to introduce myself, my name is Ruchika Patnagar and I will be your host for the evening. Distinguished guests, it's my honor to be your host at this 4th annual Winter Gala event for PRAY. It's a great pleasure to have you here today and represent PRAY, Project Relief Aid and Youth. I see many familiar faces, and this is the 3rd occasion that I stand here and welcome you. Firstly, I'd like to seize this opportunity to congratulate the team on launching this outstanding fundraising campaign in which many organizations are involved. Our donations will be donated for modern medical care and equipment, educational programs, and water infrastructure. To achieve this noble goal set out by PRAY, we have organized this dinner and entertainment. I am honored to thank all sponsors, organizations, and private persons who care for people in need in our homeland, India. While we take pride in the fact that the economy grows in our nation, a large number of the population in different social groups and geographic regions suffer from being impoverished, and according to a World Bank estimate, 42% of India falls below the international poverty line. The ground reality is that 50% of the population falls below the poverty line. Today, we are often constrained to our own domestic affairs. We think of our own future with hopes at the time of recession. But when we are in trouble, citizens of a prosperous country, people in developing countries suffer from the crisis much, much more. They have to fight for their everyday needs, but they have few resources to struggle against their extreme poverty. Water supplies are limited, and drinking water is of notorious low quality. PRAY has developed a program that will gradually change the situation, one step at a time. Our mutual efforts, our support together, we will fulfill our duty of cherishing every human life. On our last annual event, I quoted Rockefeller, who stated that charity is injurious unless it helps the recipient to become independent of it. Once again, speaking on behalf of PRAY and its supporters, we would like to extend on this statement and allow for the deprived and the unfortunate to become self-sufficient and self-reliant through all our consistent efforts. In closing, I wish to thank you all for being with us tonight. And before I ask Pranav Bhagirath to join me in welcoming you, I would like to summarize the activities tonight. We will have guest speakers, Ronald Borst and Nanda Fortman, speak about the Exposure Project and corporate social responsibility, respectively. We will be entertained by Roel Verburg, Jeroen Koster, and Adam Fields, which will be followed by dinner and an auction. And finally, just to inform you, we have Om Television, the organization Hindu Media here amongst us, who will be recording this event. Now, there's been a bit of a time constraint here. As much as I would like to welcome Pranav, I would first like to invite Roel Verburg. And before I announce Roel Verburg to come up to the stage and entertain you all, I'd like to thank Gil Sexauer. We're actually pleased to have him here amongst us. He's a very famous European harp player. So a big round of applause for Gil Sexauer.